as I have spent money with you, I am expecting some kind of deliverable. Either it's homework, either it's an update, some kind of thingy. As soon as we implemented that into our agency and our deliverables onboarding docs, our clients calmed down. Like we had like 36 to 48 hours, like it's going to be okay. Fill out your form, no big deal. When we didn't have that, I had people pay, then message me 30 minutes later saying, where's the stuff? I'm like, it's a campaign. I'm building it out like it said, but like they didn't know. Right. So you crossed that chasm of uncertainty. Did you use did you use like an onboarding form or survey to fill that out? Or like, how did you deal with this little break in that client narrative?
Well, for us, like part of what we do, and this kind of gets into a deeper concept of retention. Like obviously I found there's 4 things with retentions. Obviously results are part of it, but I used to think if you just got results, everything, like if you get the 10 ROS or ROAS on Facebook ads, you're going to stay forever. And then there's nothing worse than a client fires you after you're getting them 10 to 1 on your money. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, like what just happened?
And then you have the most awkward testimonial ever of like, thanks, I made $1 million. Why doesn't he work with you anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The second thing is I never understood how important expectations are. And we can do a deeper dive on this later, but there's 4 things that you want to communicate in terms of expectations: results, cost, time, and how much we're going to talk. Those 4 things are like those 4 things are like the whole basis of it. When I started implementing that, like people actually got a better idea of what we were actually doing. And also when you set expectations, like you get to set where the bar is. Like a lawyer told me this really simply, where he said, if I tell a client I'm going to get him 15 grand and I get 10, then I'm the biggest idiot in the world.
Yep.
But if I tell him I'm going to get 10 and we get 15, they're like, my lawyer's a hero. I was only supposed to get 10 and we got 15. This has probably been the biggest one is we've designed our agency, like all our communications are designed in advance. So like this has like been a huge part of our retention, which is firstly, like the minute you sign up, like one of the things we do is I send an edible arrangement, which has like a salted caramel apple, some cookies, sometimes some chocolate covered strawberries. And they're like, for real, the fastest company I've ever seen in the world. They'll be there in like 2-3 hours from the time you sign a client.
Nice.
And we have a customized welcome note. So it takes me like 5 minutes. I spend like $50. But they've had all these bad experiences with marketing agencies, and they're worried that, you know, you just disappeared to an island in Cuba or whatever. And then all of a sudden there's a knock at the door and they're like, who's this? We also drop in a mail welcome package, and that takes like a week to get there. So even though we do it at the same time, it feels like 2 separate communications. And then we intentionally reach out. And I like to compare it to, if you're thinking about the house analogy, imagine you got a phone call from the owner and he says, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. Like, I can't believe you bought this house. We're going to do an amazing job. Just want to let you know you're like so welcome. And then a week later, they say, hey, this is your plot of land. They send you a little video and say, it doesn't look like much right now, but your house is going to go right here and the pool's going to go over there. And then another couple of weeks go by and they say, hey, we just poured the foundation. You can start to see a little bit. And then they say there's a frame and every little update. And when you do those things, it took me a long time to realize that meetings requests are a function of they don't trust you. And it's not necessarily you. It's just they've had so many bad experiences. And so the more you play offense on that communication, there's nothing for them to ask you about. So the meetings just go away.
When I had my $10,000 a month car wash client, I was sending him a Loom video every 2 or 3 days. It was 30, 60, 90 seconds. And sometimes it was like, hey, Mr. Johnson, want to let you know the campaign is totally bombing today. We're figuring it out. We'll have an update you in 2 or 3 days.